So without further ado, let's get right on with this. Bring you starting lineups as we get this ball game underway. The Beat Digger starting lineup is brought to you by Blowdorn Lumber. At blowdornlumber.com, you can browse the virtual showroom, view the current sales, complete a credit application, and shop the entire inventory online. Whether you're a contractor or painting your living room, at Blowdorn Lumber, you'll get the same friendly service and advice to make your job easier. Visit Blowdorn Lumber in Fort Morgan at 130 State Street. First, for Coach Kim Craitch's Brush Lady Beat Diggers, they will start a 5'5 junior, number 2, Mariah Brown. A 5'7 junior point guard, number 4, Shelby Wooliver. A 6' junior forward, number 21, Emma Mortensen. A 5'6 senior guard, number 22, Melissa Whaler. Rounding out the starting five, a 6' sophomore, number 32, forward, Lauren Berg. That's the starters for Brush. And for Alamosa, they're coached by Kent Smith. They will start a 5'2 sophomore point guard, number 10, Brooke Trujillo. A 5'6 junior guard / forward, number 22, Taylor Nye. A 5'6 senior guard, number 24, Marissa Manzanares. A 5'11 senior guard / forward, number 30, Nicole Broyles. And a sophomore, 5'7 forward, number 40, Elise Tolley. That's the starters for Alamosa. Now again, Alamosa with a bit of a weaker record than Brush this season. Of course, both teams on the winning side of things, both very solid teams this year. But Alamosa having to play the likes of Pagosa Springs 3 times this year. Of their 9 losses, Pagosa Springs handed them 3 of those 9 losses. Pagosa Springs number 2 in the state, undefeated on the season. So Alamosa pretty well battle-tested, but we'll see if the Brush Lady Beat Diggers can pull a minor upset as far as seeding is concerned. But honestly, on paper, I think both of these teams are pretty well evenly matched. We'll see how the matchups set out tonight. Brush has quite a bit of size, as you folks know back there. 4 or 5 players at least 6 foot or taller, which I can't remember a high school girls team featuring that kind of size. So that's going to cause some issues for Alamosa. So we'll see how the Mead Moose of Alamosa figure out how to deal with that size. Both teams coming out onto the court now. We're about ready to get this one started here from the Lamar Community Building in Lamar, Colorado. Alamosa, the home whites with the maroon numerals. Brush in the road uniforms. Here's the jump, and the tip is won by Alamosa. It was gathered over there by Tolley, and now the point guard handling the ball over there is Brooke Trujillo on the left wing. Brush coming out in a man-to-man defense. Up top for Alamosa is Manzanares. She'll pass the ball off to Tolley. Left side, she'll drive baseline, cut off. She'll go back out front to Manzanares. Will now throw it into the lane area and back to Tolley, who pump faked. Alamosa taking time on this possession. They don't score a ton of points, average about 37 points a game. Brush up near 50 points. Now driving off the left side of the lane. A shot is missing off the rim by Royals. A held ball on the rebound, and the arrow points to the Lady Beat Diggers. We're at 7:26 to go, opening quarter. No score. Brush now with their opening possession on offense. Here's Shelby Wooliver facing an Alamosa man-to-man that's extending out near midcourt. Here's Mariah Brown driving right side. Tries to dump it inside. Here's a shot off the glass missing by Kristen Berg. That's a rebound taken down by Alamosa. So each team has 1 field goal attempt and have missed each one. So we've now played 60 seconds, no score. Here's Trujillo trying to drive left side, cut off by that Brush defense. Now Broyles will go off left side. Tough shot, and we got a foul called, a partial block. The ball skimmed off the side of the backboard, but a foul is going to come up here on Kristen Berg. Apologize, it's Kristen Berg, not Lauren Berg in that starting lineup. And going to the free throw line for Alamosa is Nicole Broyles, a senior, 5'11". She misses the first foul shot. So we're at 6:50 to go, opening quarter, just underway here in Lamar. Second foul shot is good, right through the net for Broyles, and Alamosa takes a 1-0 lead. Here's Brush quickly across midcourt. Woolever handling the ball. She'll come over to the left side after getting a screen, looking to go inside. Does so to Mortensen, who goes back out again. Now Woolever, left wing, drives into the lane, dishes it off. Jump shot for Berg is halfway in and out and back in again. So Kristen Berg with the opening field goal for Brush, who take an early lead 2-1. Now a little token backcourt pressure here by the Lady Beat Diggers. Causes a turnover. Here's Woolever with the steal, and she will lay it in. The Brush folks getting excited here, the ones that are here, as Woolever scores off the backcourt turnover to give Brush a 4-1 lead. We've played 2 minutes. Now Alamosa able to break the press this time. Across midcourt is Manzanares, and now it's Trujillo handling the ball. She'll get it over to Nye. Nye now handling the ball at the top of the key. Bounces it left side, Trujillo. As they go to the elbow, here's Broyles. Goes over to Manzanares, right side. Mean Moose whip it around the perimeter. Here's Trujillo for about 15 feet out. Missed the shot, but rebound loose and taken by Alamosa and nearly throw it away, but it's saved over there by Manzanares, right side. Now a steal here for Melissa Whalert. She'll throw the ball off to Woolever, who lays it in. So Brush turning defense into offense, and that's going to force an early timeout by Alamosa. As right away, Brush up 6-1. Woolever with her second field goal. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. 5:20 to go, first quarter, 6-1 Brush. Alamosa with just the one free throw from Nicole Broyles. They gave them their only lead the first minute and a half of the ball game, and since then, a field goal by Berg, and then 2 straight layups by Woolever off of Alamosa turnovers. One in the backcourt, and then one that resulted from half-court defense, wreaking havoc and forcing a turnover. So Brush off to the good start here. The number 20 seed on top 6-1 over the number 13 seed Alamosa. Mean Moose break the press. As coming across to the midcourt was Tolley. Over-penetrated, missed the shot underneath, but the ball comes back out to Alamosa, and it's Tolley in the corner, and she'll throw it back outside. Now it is Emily Sowards in the ball game, a backup sophomore point guard, handling the ball. She'll stay out there with Trujillo, so 2 point guards in the game now for Alamosa. Driving in was Tolley. She had it poked out of bounds. I believe that was Mortensen who got a hand on it. It'll stay with the Mean Moose. 4:57 left first quarter, 6-1 Brush. Lob off the inbounds pass outside the 3-point line to Trujillo. Now here is Sowards directing traffic. Now looks like Brush is changing up that defense. Looks like a 1-3-1 look. They starting it out in the man. Right side, here's Trujillo. Now Alamosa will have to try to figure out this zone. They had not yet to make a field goal here. We're nearing the midway point of the first quarter. Now a jump shot in the corner is missed from 3 by Manzanares. Offensive rebound by Sowards. She couldn't convert, and the rebound pulled down by Kristen Berg. Here comes Brush. Long pass up ahead, a bit of a dangerous one. It's loose in the corner and out of bounds. Back to Alamosa as Woolever could not save it in the corner. So that's the first Brush turnover. Alamosa's committed a couple in the early going that have resulted in field goals for Brush. Now Alamosa quickly across into the front court, breaking that pressure defense. There is Trujillo going cross court, pass deflected and stolen away. Here comes Brush with Whalert lobbing it up ahead. Pass tipped out of bounds as they were looking for Woolever again on that left side for another layup, but it was poked out of bounds. This time Brush will inbound along the baseline. We're midway through the first quarter at 4 minutes. 6-1, Lady Beat Diggers in front. Here's Berg, left side going into the paint deep. Post position, the turnaround jump shot is missed by Mortensen, and the rebound pulled down by Alamosa's Elise Tolley. Now driving in left side, shot missing badly by Trujillo. She was going up against the taller defenders and came up well short. Brush back on offense with Whalert. Now it is Woolever. Entry pass to the paint, deflected out of bounds, and it'll go back to Alamosa. It went off the foot of Kristen Berg. Alamosa making a couple of substitutions. Nye comes back into the ball game, and also Brianna Corona, a 5'5" junior, makes her first appearance. 6-1 Brush advantage, 3:34 to go here in the first quarter. There's another pass deflection, but Alamosa able to keep the ball off of it this time. Here's Nye driving baseline underneath, and we've got a foul call that's going up for a shot was Tolley. She was fouled. This time Shelby Woolever will be charged with the foul. That's the second team foul on Brush. So Elise Tolley, a 5'7" sophomore, goes to the line. Swishes the first. So far, only points for the Lady Mean Moose coming from the line. Tolley with her second one is good as well. So Alamosa is 3 of 4 from the line. No field goals yet, and they trail Brush 6-3. 3:20 to go in the opening quarter here in Lamar. Entry pass inside they go to Mortensen, and Mortensen traveled with the ball as the defense of Royals came in late with those long arms, forced the turnover. Now poking the ball away is Woolever in backcourt, but then she had it ripped back out of there. So back-to-back turnovers, but Alamosa ends up coming out of there with it. Here is Sowards going up top to Nye. Back to Sowards, left wing. It is Shannon Cody now also in the ball game for Alamosa. Nye over in the corner to Broyles. And back out front again. Here's Nye, baseline to Broyles. She tries to go baseline. It's cut off. Right now, no field goals for Alamosa, and they haven't had very many opportunities. Take a lot of time on offense and have turned it over a couple times and make that another time. Fourth Alamosa turnover on traveling violation on Sowards out front. 2:25 to go first quarter. If you like defense, this is the start that you're looking for. 6-3 Lady Beat Diggers. 2 of those field goals came right off of fast break situations off turnovers. Not much out of the half court for either team right now. Here's Whaler, top of the key. Entry pass inside, and the layup is good again for Woolever, who is off to a great start for Brush. She has 6 of their 8 points. It's an 8-3 Beat Digger lead. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Quickly, Alamosa to the attack. Here's a jump shot missing by Corona, and the rebound pulled down by Kristen Berg. One shot and out for Alamosa most of the time. Now it is Woolever, a 3 on the way. This time it's long, an air ball, but the rebound chased down, and a foul on Brush. That was Nye coming away with the rebound for the Mean Moose. And Whaler got called for the foul. The senior picks up her first. 13th foul on Brush. Alamosa has yet to commit a foul, by the way. We're nearing the end of the first quarter, 1:42. Taylor Hackett enters the ball game for Alamosa as Coach Ken Smith going to his bench. And the Mean Moose quickly bring it up the floor. With a pass into the front court to Hackett, and now it's Trujillo. To the elbow, Tolley. Hackett, baseline, double-teamed, trying to get out of there. She'll go cross-court. Right now, the Brush defense dictating things on this Alamosa possession. Mean Moose really not getting much of a set. Here's Manzanares driving baseline. She is rejected by Berg. Tried to go right in there with the thick trees, those tall defenders, and Berg said no way. Here comes Brush back on offense as the Alamosa defense gets set. Here's Whaler with entry pass intercepted and deflected. Now still loose again. It's picked up again by Brush as Mariah Brown saved the ball. Now here's Woolever, a 3. Woolever has 9 first quarter points. 11-3 Brush. 46 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Trujillo with a pass deflected by Berg, out of bounds. It will stay with Alamosa. We're down to 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Whitney Mount and Lauren Berg enter the ball game for Brush. Now Coach Craich going to her bench. And Alamosa still looking for their first field goal of the game. We're down to 30 seconds left of the first quarter. It's an 8-point Lady Beat Digger advantage. Here's Trujillo, left side to Manzanares. We'll come back to the top of the floor. I think right now one issue for Alamosa is just trying to see over these taller defenders as Brush presents so much size. Pass deflected out of bounds by Whaler. Down to 12.7 seconds to go. 11-3, Brush in front. Alamosa ball as we now go under 10 seconds. Here's Trujillo, picks up the dribble. Over to Broyles. Broyles puts it on the floor. Down to 4 seconds. Lob pass inside, and here's a shot. Good, but first a traveling violation called as Brianna Broyles scored for Alamosa, but she took 3 steps first. 2 seconds left in the quarter. Brush inbounds in backcourt, and a heave from well beyond midcourt comes up well short. That's the end of the first quarter here in Lamar at the Lamar Community Building. It's the Brush Lady Beat Diggers 11, and the Alamosa Lady Mean Moose 3. No field goals for Alamosa in the opening quarter of play. Let's take a 60-second timeout on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, Ethan Denton back here in Lamar. As we enter play in the second quarter, Alamosa on offense. A shot blocked by Brush out of bounds, so the Lady Mean Moose will keep it. Just underway, second quarter, 11-3, Brush in front of Alamosa. The Mean Moose still looking for their first field goal. May come here. Three-pointer is missed, however, by Tolley. She had an open look, probably the best look on offense for Alamosa in the game, but unable to convert. Brush rebounds, and they're back on offense with an 8-point advantage. So far, the underdogs, as far as seeding is concerned, playing very well. Here's a shot left side. Knocking it down is Kristen Berg, her second field goal of the game. It's been Berg and Shelby Woolever who have done the scoring for Brush. Woolever has 9. Now Alamosa to the other end. Shot missing from about 5 feet out by Manzanares, and the Lady Beat Diggers clear the glass. Now in front by 10 and looking to increase it. Whaler driving to the right side down the baseline. Tough reverse layup is missed, and the rebound pulled down by Alamosa. It'll be Hackett. Up the floor as they go right side. Driving is Royals. Entry pass from one side of the lane to the other is knocked out of bounds. Alamosa trying to increase the pace of the game a little bit and not let that Brush defense get set, because Alamosa has not been able to do very much against that half-court set. Now off the inbound, finally a main field goal, as that's Alicia Tolley, who also has a pair of free throws. She has 4 of Alamosa's 5 points. The first field goal comes at the 6:45 mark of the second quarter. Now inside they go to Lauren Berg. Shot missing underneath, and Alamosa rebounds. Here comes Trujillo, left side. Here's a jump shot for Manzanares for 3, is off the front rim, but the long rebound comes all the way out to Manzanares, who regathers it near midcourt. 6:20 to go second quarter. Lady Beat Diggers are ahead 13-5. Here's Hackett for Alamosa. Nearly has her pocket picked. Good defense from Whalert. Now Hackett pulls up from 15 and knocks it in. She nearly turned it over, but then recovered and scored her first basket. So that's 2 straight made field goals for Alamosa after they had none in the first 9 minutes and 15 seconds of this game. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Brush. And Alamosa making substitutions. Sowards and Nye come back in the ball game, along with Corona. 5:57 remaining before the half. 13-7, Brush. Here's an inbounds pass, and we're going to have a foul called. It's either going to be that or a backcourt violation, as Mortensen caught the ball in the front court, but then was bumped into the backcourt. Not a ton of contact, but enough to force Mortensen into the backcourt, and I think that's a good call. Off the inbounds pass, it's to Brown, who dishes the ball off. Now baseline wide open underneath. There's the basket for Melissa Whalert. The Alamosa defense was a little bit off balance and lost to Whalert, who gets her first points of the game. 15-7, Rush in front. 5:37 to go second quarter. Here's a pass to Broyles for Alamosa at the post. She'll go back outside. Now Broyles at the elbow facing the basket. Will dish it off to Nye. Nye goes left side to Sowards. Brush, by the way, now looks like they're back in a man-to-man defense, so it's kind of tough to tell. Going baseline, and we're going to have another turnover. Tolley could not handle a pass along the baseline, tried to save it. Now Brush will make a substitution. Tamara Schreiner, a junior at 5'10", enters the ball game. Off the inbounds pass, and we're going to see a deflected pass and out of bounds. As this time Alamosa bringing some backcourt pressure to try to change things up, but Brush will keep the ball. Now off the inbounds pass, driving inside is Mariah Brown all the way to the other end of the basket. Couldn't get the layup to go. Alamosa coming the other way now with Sowards, and her pass goes out of bounds as she was trying to dish it along the baseline. A little too fast-paced there for Alamosa as they turn it over again. That is now 7 turnovers. We're going to have a timeout called by Brush. A 30-second timeout after a little trouble in the inbounds pass. 5:02 to go, second quarter. It's Brush 15, Alamosa 7. An 8-point advantage, which Brush held after the first quarter. This Brush timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen in Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. Each team has been a little bit erratic as the game has gone along here. Turnovers were only an issue for Alamosa at the start. Alamosa has committed 7 overall, and Brush has committed 6, but Brush has done a little bit better turning that defense into offense and just overall better when they're in the half-court offense. That's the reason for their 8-point lead. Off the inbounds pass, it'll be Shelby Williver against the press, breaking it into the front court, so they break that defense easily. Now Berg driving baseline will dish it off. Mortensen, we have a whistle and a 3-second violation in the lane. Don't see that called too often these days. See it about maybe once a month in high school ball. But that's a turnover back to Alamosa. Each team now even in turnovers, but Brush still holding that 8-point lead overall. 4:40 to go, second quarter, 15-7 Brush. Each team has scored 4 points here in the second. Now Alamosa running a weave out front against this defense, which appears to be a man-to-man for Brush. Another loose ball and another turnover. This time it's just kind of an unforced turnover. Brianna Broyles could not handle the pass on the wing. The pass was a bit low, but certainly could have gathered it. So coming the other way is Williver. She comes to a stop, dishes it outside to Brown for a 3. Little contact on the shot. It missed off the front rim. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lady Beat Dickers. Nicole Broyles now back in for Alamosa. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Second quarter. Brush 15, Alamosa 7. Now off the inbounds pass. A shot missing by Mortensen at the elbow of the free throw lane. Long rebound chased out front. It's loose on the deck. Still loose and finally out of bounds. And it's going to be Alamosa ball. Good efforts. We had 3 players on the floor diving after that ball. Taylor Hackett re-enters for the Lady Mean Moose. 4:11 to go, second quarter. Still a 8-point lead as Brush has led almost the entire way. Alamosa's only lead came very early at 1-0 on a free throw. And Brush rattled off 6 straight points and haven't looked back. Driving to the basket, a shot missing underneath by Manzanares as she just went one-on-one and improvised. The left-handed floater would not go. Now here is Williver driving, and a pass over to Kristen Berg, who knocks down a 15-footer. Berg showing some good range. She now has 6 points. It's a 10-point Brush advantage. 17-7 as Alamosa coming across midcourt. Manzanares will do a dribble handoff out front with Brooke Trujillo. Now back over to Manzanares. Pass deflected, though, by Brown. Manzanares chasing it down and back to Trujillo as they run the weave. They always tried to run that looking for a driving lane or a cutter to the basket, but there really hasn't been many opportunities. Manzanares driving right side. Over to Hackett. She'll go cross court to Trujillo. Now baseline, a jump shot missing badly by Tolley. Over the rim. Did not draw iron. Lady Beat Diggers cleared the glass. They've been good on that end as well. Now here's Berg, baseline again. She'll go up top and throws it to nobody in particular. Miscommunication, and the ball goes all the way near midcourt and out of bounds. It's the 8th Brush turnover. Alamosa's committed 9. Now quickly, the Mean Moose wanting to attack, and driving in unimpeded was Taylor Hackett for her second field goal of the game. Seemed like Brush was a little bit not quite so ready, I guess you could say, on that sequence. So Hackett took advantage, and it's 17-9 as Alamosa back within 8. 2:30 to go before halftime. Williver out front to Brown. Brown will drive to the left side. Over to Williver. Pump fake, kicks it back out to Brown for a 3 left wing. In and out, no good. Offensive rebound to Mortensen. Her shot was blocked, and it comes out to Alamosa. Long pass up ahead, maybe too far, but it will be chased down in the corner by Trujillo. Now she's in trouble. Lobs a pass over to Tolley, who puts up an 18-footer, missing badly, but the rebound comes right over to Nicole Broyles, who puts it in. so that worked out well for Alamosa as they now are within 6 points. It's 17-11. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Here's Brown, left side to Mortensen. Now along the baseline, loose ball. Probably should have been a foul call. Instead, we're going to have a held ball. It'll stay with Brush. Sure looks like some contact over there in the corner. Brush making a substitution as Waylert comes back in. And Schreiner will get a break. 1:35 to go before we reach halftime, 17-11. Now a steal out front. Here comes Alamosa with Manzanares. 1-on-2 break, and Manzanares scores plus the foul. She was able to get it over the defense and put it in and draw the foul. Manzanares with her first field goal. That's the second personal on Wooliver. And team foul number 4. Team fouls have not been a problem for either team. Brush has committed 4. Alamosa only 1. And here's Manzanares. And she completes the three-point play. So just like that, it's a 7-0 Alamosa run. And they have found themselves a little bit. And then now it's a three-point game. 17-14 Brush. To the baseline. Ball knocked out of bounds. Back to Alamosa. As this time it was Berg who could not handle a low pass along the baseline. Brush sticking, with the full court press. Here's Trujillo. Long pass up ahead. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay with Alamosa as Brush recovering nicely there to get back on defense. Alamosa's done a better job against this press, but scoring against it's been a problem until as of late. Shot blocked right off the inbounds pass, but getting the ball back is Tolley. A spin move in the lane, and she is fouled. I think maybe one official had a travel, and the other one had a foul. What do we have here? Obviously, don't ask the fans. They're biased. It will be a foul on Kristen Berg. That was pretty much bang-bang. It was either a travel or a foul, depended on who had the first call. And one official overruling the other. So going to the line is Tolley. She is now 3 of 3 from the line and has 5 points. It's a 2-point Brush lead. Second foul shot is good. Brush had been in control the entire way, but now Alamosa has scored 9 unanswered to crawl within 1. 17-16, and then nearly another turnover, but we got a foul coming up here on the Mean Moose. Pushing foul on Manzanares. And her first, and it's only the second team foul on Alamosa. 1 minute left, first half, 17-16 Brush. Inbounds pass, it is knocked away and stolen. Here's Trujillo coming the other way, up and in for 2. Alamosa now takes the lead, 18-17, as Brush now a little careless with the ball. Has allowed Alamosa to take their second lead of the game. Their other lead was 1-0. Now an 11-0 run here in the second quarter. Down to 35 seconds. Here is Waylert baseline over to Berg for a shot off the rim, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Tolley. Here's Trujillo with a pass up ahead to Hackett. Hackett with a shot off the glass, missing. Long rebound, though, tipped out. Trujillo puts up a shot, and that's good. About 15 feet out for Brooke Trujillo. Alamosa looks like an entirely new team out there in the last 3 minutes. Under 10 seconds. Here's a three-point shot. Good! For Tamara Schreiner. That ties the game, and the half-court heave is no good. So the three-pointer there for Schreiner breaks a 13-0 Alamosa run and ties the game at 20 at halftime. What a way to end the first half. Brush needed that in the worst way after surrendering a 10-point lead and falling behind by 3. Brush 20, Alamosa 20. We've got ourselves a ball game. The winner takes on the winner of Lamar and Sheridan, which will be our second game right after the conclusion of this one. Lamar, the number 4 seed, heavily favored over number 29, Sheridan. But here at halftime in our first game, we're all square between the Lady Beat Diggers and the Lady Mean Moose. 20-20. Let's take a 2-minute break here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, welcome back into coverage of regional basketball in Class 3A here at the Lamar Community Building in Lamar, Colorado, here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. My name is Ethan Denton. Thank you so much for tuning in to Lady Beat Digger basketball this evening. Getting ready to start the third quarter of our opening game of this sub-regional. It'll be Lamar and Sheridan, our second game. We're tied 20-20 between Rush and Alamosa. Quite an interesting first half. Rush controlling things for the vast majority of the half, and then towards the end, Alamosa storming back, took a brief lead before Rush tying the game at the end of the first half. It'll be Alamosa ball to start the third quarter. Here's Tolley out front with the ball. She'll go over to Nye, left side. Alamosa now, by the way, going right to left. Rush will be going left to right this half on your dial. Up top is Nye, left side. Cross-court pass from Tolley up to Trujillo. Will put up a three-point shot. Missing off the backboard. Rebound comes out long near midcourt. It is chased down by Trujillo, but then she throws it away. Here's Williver with the steal, and she will be fouled. Fouled by Nicole Broyles, who came in late to prevent the layup. A hard foul, but Williver popped right back up. For Nicole Broyles, that's her second foul, the first team foul in Alamosa this half. So Shelby Williver, the junior, will go to the line. And there she equals her season scoring average. She had 9 first-half points, and there's her 10th point right there. First player for either side to get into double figures. Rush goes up by 1. Second foul shot is missed, and Alamosa grabs the rebound with Tolley. It'll be Nye to bring it across midcourt. Rush will go man-to-man as Nye drives baseline. Double team, tough shot, missing, and out of bounds. It will stay with Alamosa. And with that size that Rush presents, they just put those arms up, and it's nearly impossible to get off a decent look. Alamosa's had to work for their offense. Now here's a shot baseline. Good! That's a three-pointer for Marissa Manzanares. Thought her foot was on the line, but the official signals a 3. And so Alamosa has their biggest lead now, 23-21. Their biggest lead, it is only 2, though. Baseline, here's Berg for a shot. Won't go. Rebound, loose. Picked up, and another look is no good. Third chance, though, is good for Kristen Berg. It was Mortensen who missed the second opportunity, but then the ball came back to Berg, who put it in off the glass. We're tied at 23. Now baseline, a shot missing, partially blocked. Manzanares tried to go up with it, partially blocked by Mortensen, who grabbed the rebound. Now Mariah Brown across midcourt. She'll throw it right side to Whalert. Entry pass to the paint to Berg, who was a bit out of position, and she's called for a travel. 6:27 to go third quarter. We're tied at 23. Here's Manzanares, crossing midcourt. Now it is Nye dribbling it out front against this Rush man-to-man. Playing a bit off on the perimeter are the Lady Beat Diggers, trying to pack that paint a little bit. Now in the middle of the paint, here's Tolley driving left side. The defense comes in late to affect the shot. The shot, no good. Rush back across midcourt on offense. Here's a bounce pass over to Williver. Up top to Brown. Now Nye for a jump shot. That is Whalert. Wrong, number 22, my bad. That's Melissa Whalert hitting the 3 for Brush. He now has 5 points. Quickly, Alamosa back across onto the offensive end. Another shot missing badly. Manzanares off the side of the backboard as the Brush defense stepping up here. 26-23, Lady Beat Diggers back in front by 3. Now a baseline shot for Berg is good. This time Berg stepping out from about 18 feet away. Had a stoppage, a warning on the Brush bench for something. But Berg now in double figures with 10 to join Williver in those honors. It's a 5-point Brush lead as they've rejuvenated themselves after falling behind by 2. They've scored 7 unanswered. I think the warning was for coming out off the bench a little too far after the made basket. Now Alamosa on the other end, a basket in the lane for Nicole Broyles, who's able to make a move around the defense, and she put it in off the glass. For Nicole, she has 5. On the other end, Mortensen for a shot, no good. Berg offensive board, flips it up, won't go. Rebound loose along the baseline. Saved by Brown, and Williver able to chase it down. Now her pass deflected, loose on the floor. It's a held ball. It'll stay with Rush. 4:51 remaining third quarter. Lady Beat Diggers in front, 28-25. over Alamosa. Here's Brown. Dangerous pass off the inbounds to Berg, who missed the shot from about 10 feet out. The rebound comes out long, and Berg's able to get it at the top of the key. She'll go baseline to Mortensen, who drives, and it's a blocking foul on Alamosa. At least Tolley with the blocking foul as Mortensen went to the ground. First foul on Tolley and the second team on Alamosa. Brush has yet to commit one this half. Baseline off the inbounds, shot missing by Whaler, but a second chance opportunity for Wolliver, and she's fouled. Tolley again with the foul, quickly her second, and the third team. So Wolliver back to the line. Free throw is no good. Wolliver is now 1 of 3 from the line. She's the only beat digger who has gone to the line in this game. Second foul shot is also no good off the back rim. And the Mean Moose grab the rebound with Broyles. Now up ahead. There is Hackett trying to go baseline. She'll back it out. Turned and saw those tall defenders with the hands up and said, and try this somewhere else. Going baseline is Trujillo. Had it knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Alamosa. 3-point Brush lead, 4:21 to go third quarter. Here's Berg out front. Now trying to go baseline is Whaler. That is Nye. Couldn't not handle it. Stolen away by the Lady Beat Diggers. Dangerous pass up ahead and somehow saved by Wolliver. Got through 3 different Alamosa defenders. Midway through the third quarter here. Pass to the baseline, knocked out of bounds. It will be off of Berg. A couple of the Beat Digger fans disagree. And we will have a change of heart by the officials. One official overruling the other, saying, that is brush ball. So Beat Diggers inbound along the baseline with a 3-point lead. Mortensen up for a shot off the glass. No good. Second chance. Now third chance. Mortensen up and in, plus the foul. Wolliver couldn't get the second opportunity, but there was Mortensen who puts in her first points of the game. She's been very active, Mortensen, but unable to get one in the basket until just now. And the foul shot is missed. It's now a 5-point Brush lead at 30-25. 3:50 to go here in the third quarter. Baseline, here is Hackett of 18-footer off the back rim. Not there. Second chance opportunity for Boyle. She'll go back out front. Now here's Trujillo. Up top. Royals going left side. Here's Hackett for 3. Good! She stepped into the shot, and Taylor Hackett knocks it down. She has 7 points. The lead is down to 2 for Brush at 30-28. 3:20 to go in the third. Baseline, Mortensen missed the shot. Second chance opportunity, though, for Berg is no good, but she's fouled. This time the Alamosa foul will go on Hackett. Her first, and team foul number 5. This time it's Alamosa starting to rack up the fouls here in the second half. Neither team in much foul trouble at all from an individual standpoint. Berg misses the free throw as the Beat Diggers struggling a bit from the line. They didn't shoot any free throws in the first half, but are now 1 of 6 here in the second half. Second one is good, and Berg now has 11. 31-28 Brush. 3 minutes and 13 seconds to go third quarter. Trujillo. Now a shot from the elbow is missed by Broyles, and the rebound gathered in by Mortensen. So Brush back on offense with a 3-point lead. Whaler in a bit of trouble, throws it up ahead. Now baseline Berg driving to the basket, up and in for 2. Kristen Berg now with 13 for Brush, and they restore their 5-point lead, 33-28. 2:45 left in the third. There's a shot for Trujillo, in and out. She's able to get her own rebound, though, and go back outside to Hackett. Hackett with a bounce pass. Now in the paint goes Tolley, who slipped and fell on the floor, lost control of the ball. Turned over back to Brush. Wolliver. Over to Brown. Inside they go, and there is again Kristen Berg. Is taking over now here in the last couple of minutes. She now has 15. 35-28, and a full timeout for Alamosa. 2 minutes. 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 35-28. Brush starting to reestablish a little bit of control right now. Let's take a 30-second break here listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, the Brush Lady Beat Diggers starting to establish a little bit more momentum their way here in the third quarter. They controlled most of the first half, let it slip away. We were tied at 20 at halftime, and Alamosa led briefly here in the third quarter, but since then, Brush has gone on a bit of a run. They now have a 35-28 lead. Brush over Alamosa, 2:11 to go third quarter. Here in this Shasta Class 3A sub-regional of the state tournament here in Lamar, Colorado. Alamosa back on offense, and they turn it over. As Royals had the ball in the paint, she tried to go outside to hack it, but the pass was inaccurate and out of bounds for right to the bench, which you generally don't want to do. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Brush back on the offensive end. It'll be Brown over to the baseline to Mortensen. Now here's a jump shot, missing by Whalert, and she's fouled. 16th foul now in Alamosa. Trujillo called for that foul, point guard. Now Whalert, who has 5 points, will step up to the charity stripe, and the free throw bangs off the front rim, no good. Brush's advantage would be even more if they'd knock down a little more free throws here in this third quarter. That one is good. 36-28, Lady Beat Diggers. 1:48 to go in the third. Alamosa has run into a bit of a rut again like they were in most of the first half. We'll see if they can dig themselves out of this one too. Here's Tolley along the left wing. Up top to Trujillo. Brush again, extending those arms with the defense. Nearly forced a turnover there. And now in trouble is Royals, and she traveled. She was caught between three defenders who converged on her, and she was a little bit off balance. Coach Ken Smith asking for a foul. From my vantage point, it really wasn't a push. The player was just off balance. Brush on offense. Here's a three-point shot, missing by Brown. Rebound loose. Berg picks it up and puts it back in. Kristen Berg now has 11 third-quarter points and 17 for the ball game. Ties for the biggest lead now for Brush at 10. 38-28. 1:05 left in the third. Driving in is Trujillo. She loses it out of bounds. She was kind of going into no man's land along the baseline and simply lost control out of bounds. As we hit the 1 minute mark of the third quarter, Brown across midcourt, lobs a pass up ahead to Mortensen, who finds Berg open underneath, lets the defender slide on by, and there's another basket for Berg. A 12-point Brush lead, 40-28, 46 seconds to go in the quarter. Quickly Alamosa to the attack. Shot missing by Manzanares, and that's one shot and out. Here comes Brush. Now Berg will put the brakes on, dish it off to Whalert for a three, no good. Berg, offensive rebound, going baseline to Brown. Entry pass to Mortensen. Goes up and scores. That height advantage really helping out right now. Alamosa has run into a buzzsaw here in the third quarter. 14-point Brush lead as Alamosa breaks the press, and a foul coming up here on the Lady Beat Diggers. Royals was going up for a shot. Mortensen charged with her first. And that's the first team foul of the second half on Brush, and we're at 17 seconds to go in the third quarter. 42-28 Brush. Free throw missed by Royals. It was now 1 of 3 from the line. Excuse me. Officially 16.8 seconds, third quarter. This time free throw good for Royals. And now it's 6 points, 42-29. Lady Beat Diggers facing a backcourt pressure. Here's Woolever. She'll cross midcourt. We're under 10 seconds. Tight defense from Alamosa, down to 4 seconds. Brush still way out front. Woolever, don't think is going to get a shot off. Great defense from Alamosa as Brush could not get into anything on that last offensive set. But they'll take the momentum into the fourth quarter as they've gathered here in the last few minutes. It's a 13-point Lady Beat Digger advantage, 42-29. Brush over Alamosa. As we go to the fourth quarter, let's take a 60-second timeout. You're listening to 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. All right, we're underway in the fourth quarter now here at Lamar. It's a 13-point Brush advantage. The number 20 seed taking it to number 13 seed Alamosa. As we go to the fourth quarter, 42-29, Alamosa ball. They quickly set up an offensive set, and here's a jump shot baseline good for Elise Tolley to start the fourth quarter for Alamosa, who need a big comeback. 42-31 as quickly Brush back on offense. Pass goes through the legs of Mortensen, but back out front. Now it is Maddie Kerr in the ball game for Brush. Her first appearance here in the fourth quarter, but she travels, trying to attack the basket. 7:29 to go. Alamosa wanting to get it back under under a 10-point deficit. Excuse me. As we go baseline, here's a shot missing by Broyles. Rebound saved by Berg. It's loose, but then comes back to Alamosa. Shot blocked, though, by Berg, and then she rips it away. She definitely owned that sequence. And now we've got a whistle and a travel called as Brown caught the ball, ran into a defender. The Brush fans don't like it, but that's one of those bang-bang calls. The defender was set. The ball was loose, either a no call or a travel. They say she did shuffle the feet a little bit. There's a shot bouncing around and dropping. A friendly bounce for Broyles, who now has 8 points. And Alamosa scored the first couple of buckets here in the fourth quarter to draw within 9. Here's Kerr over to the wing to Brown, back to Kerr. 6:45 left in our ball game. Out front to Berg, right side to Mortensen as they go baseline, and a pass out of bounds back to Alamosa. Mortensen a little overzealous with that pass, tried to hit Berg on the baseline. Also coming in for Brush for the first time is a 6-foot sophomore, Callie Bills. Brush doesn't lose much when they go to the bench as far as size is concerned. Bills, a presence down there herself. Here's a three-pointer missing by Manzanares. Offensive rebound Alamosa, back outside. Three-pointer in and out for Hackett. 2 good looks there, would not drop for Alamosa. 42-33 Brush, 6:13 left in the game. Now here's Brown from 18 feet, off the back rim, and the rebound to Manzanares. Here comes Alamosa, looking to draw closer. They trail by 13 at the start of the quarter. Now they're within 9 with 6 minutes left. Here's Hackett, pump fake, driving baseline, up for a shot, missing badly. She looked over to the official as if to say, "Are you kidding me?" Probably a missed foul there. Now Brush back on the offensive end, but a turnover as Manzanares strips the ball away. She looks up ahead and overthrows Trujillo, who is wide open. Coach Kent Smith exasperated on the bench. How do you miss that pass? He's asking. Trujillo was wide open, but the pass was well overthrown. So Brush catches a break right there. Maintain their 9-point lead. Here's a pass to the baseline. Berg is wide open, scores, and the foul. So a big sequence there for Brush. Kristen Berg with a huge second half now has 19 points. She was wide open underneath, and then a defender came in late, committed a foul. That was Trujillo, who tried to strip the ball away, her second foul. 7th team foul on Alamosa, so now Brush will be shooting free throws the rest of the game. From the bonus as Berg completes the three-point play. She now has 20. 45-33. Lady Beat Diggers with 5:26 remaining in our ball game. Alamosa in some trouble. Left side shot missing underneath by Tolley with the left hand, but she's fouled. And this time, Kristen Berg charged with a foul. That is her third. We'll see if Coach Kim Craich may make a substitution, but there's only 5:20 to go. And it's only 3 fouls on Berg. I'd imagine she'd probably stay out there. Free throw is good for Tolley. And that one good as well. She is 6 of 6 from the line and now is in double figures with 10. She comes in only averaging 4.4 points a game. 45-35 Brush. Brown able to escape past 3 defenders, and then a dangerous pass is turned over. And now Alamosa in a little trouble in backcourt after getting the turnover. Tolley was surrounded by 2 defenders, threw a pass that was deflected out of bounds. 5:05 remaining. Laurenberg coming back in for Brush. as Bills catching a breather. They had 6 players out there. Also checking out is Mortensen. And Wooliver came back in the game also for Brush. Now Alamosa back on the offensive end, trailing 45-35 with 4:54 to go. Here is Nye going baseline. Here is a shot. Good for Emily Sowers. Equals her season average just with that shot. And a bad pass on the inbounds. Turned over, but then Alamosa gets it right back. Pass thrown away by Brush. Stolen by Sowers, who then traveled. Took about 4 steps. That's 22 Alamosa turnovers. Brush has committed 19. Now Berg wide open on the other end. Lets the defender go by, but then the second one comes in and blocks the shot. Berg was maybe a little too casual there. Was wide open, probably should have scored there. With an 8-point deficit, Alamosa back on offense. Here's a jump shot, missing by Nye, and the rebound gathered in by Brush. That is Waylard who grabbed the rebound. Now ball in the hands of Wooliver, who's in a little bit of trouble. She'll dump it off to Waylard. 4:10 remaining in the game as it's poked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Beat Dickers. 45-37 Brush. Nearing the midway point of the fourth quarter. Inbounds to Wooliver. Baseline Berg going cross court and overthrows everybody. 20th turnover for Brush. The lead is 8 right now. 4 minutes to play. Breaking the press comes Alamosa. Pass nearly turned over but poked out of bounds by Berg as Alamosa will make some substitutions. Trujillo, Manzanares back in the ball game along with Hackett. And Hackett out there can't shoot the 3. It's a pass off the inbounds over to Tolley up top of the key. Now Trujillo. Rush looking like they're back into a zone defense. Ball is kicked here by Wooliver. So Alamosa will simply inbound here. 3:47 to go. 45-37 Brush. And a pass intercepted by Wooliver off the inbounds. Wooliver 1-on-2 to the other end. Had it poked out of bounds. She was looking for a foul, but it will be Brush ball with 3:43 to go. I'd say the officials have done pretty good in this ballgame. Just a couple of questionable calls. I think you'll take that every time, given how important these games are. Here's Burks, pass up front, deflected and stolen by Tolley. So Alamosa with another opportunity to draw closer, trailing by 8. Here's a 3-point shot, missing by Manzanares. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Alamosa. Up top is Trujillo. Trying to whip around the defense. Here's Manzanares, baseline, a jump shot, barely draws iron, and the rebound gathered in by Berg. 3:14 remaining. And we got a foul called here. Bumping foul on Manzanares as Wooliver brought it up the floor. So now Wooliver will be shooting a 1-and-1. That's the second foul on Marissa Manzanares. Brush has only committed 2 fouls here in the second half, so Alamosa will not be getting very many trips to the line unless they're on shooting fouls. 1-and-1. Free throw bounces around. It will not drop for Wooliver. It hit every part of the rim but would not go. Alamosa rebounds as we near the 3-minute mark. Driving inside, Trujillo is rejected. I believe that was Laurenberg who grabbed it. And there's a lob pass up ahead to Mortensen to the other end. She scores! Emma Mortensen now has 7 points and a steal by Wooliver. Pass to the left side and a shot up and in by Waylard. Huge sequence for Brush right there. And Alamosa needs timeout. 2:46 to go. 49-37. Brush in control. Needs to hang on in the last 2:46. Let's take a 60-second break here on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. There's the Alamosa timeout. We got another turnover. Here's a steal by Wooliver and another basket for Brush. There's Wooliver with her first field goal of the second half. She has 12. Danger time for Alamosa. They trail 51-37 now with 2:27 to go. Here's a jump shot good for Trujillo on the other end. As Alamosa didn't waste any time. 51-39, 2:19 to go. But the number 20 seed Lady Beat Diggers look poised to advance to tomorrow's action. Inside they go, Williver. Her shot is blocked in the paint. And coming out of there is Trujillo. Down to 2 minutes left in the ballgame. Trujillo is fouled. She was bumped into. This won't result in free throws. Lauren Bird charged with the foul. And the third team on Brush. So again, as long as it's not a shooting foul, they really don't have to worry at this point. You do, however, really don't want to stop the clock too much and give Alamosa more opportunities on offense. 12-point Brush lead as Alamosa looking to draw closer. Reverse layup is missing underneath by Broyles. Rebound saved, though, by Manzanares. As she goes back out front, I think Alamosa's probably going to be thinking that outside shot a little bit. Now here's Trujillo. She will put up a three. It's fouled on the shot, and she'll get 3 free throws. That's definitely something you don't want to do if you're Brush. That is Lauren Bird charged with the foul. Her second, and the team's fourth. So big chance here for Alamosa as Trujillo will go to the line. The worst thing to come out of this for Brush is the lead will be reduced to 9. That first free throw for Trujillo bounces off the back rim, goes to the top of the backboard, and goes back in. So the first one is good. She'll get 2 more. Second one good. Now a 10-point game. 1:38 to go. Third one, off the back rim. Rebound tipped and out of bounds. It'll be Brush ball as Trujillo knocked out of bounds last. She was able to knock down 2 of 3 and bring Alamosa within 10 at 51-41. Just 1:35 to go. They're going to need to get some turnovers. And here's an inbounds pass. Timeout. The inbounds did come into Berg, but first a full timeout for Coach Kim Craich. This Brush timeout is brought to you by State Farm Insurance. Let the State Farm Insurance office of Greg Mullen and Brush help you find the best policy to fit your life. Home, auto, life, health. State Farm Insurance is here for you and your family. Give Greg Mullen a call at 842-4555. Let's take a 30-second break. Go back to the studio for a timeout. You're listening to 1010 KSIR Brush and KSIR.com. Brush able to inbound it into Wolliver out of the timeout. We're under 90 seconds to go. 51-41, Brush in front. As they look to advance to the Sweet 16. Now a loose ball is turned over. Broyles able to pick it up for Alamosa, and she was fouled, I believe. Driving in was Brown, lost control of the ball. And Brown ended up committing the foul. But Alamosa will just have to inbound in backcourt. That's team foul number 5. So the lack of team fouls is helping Brush in a situation like that. That's just the first on Brown in the game. 1:15 to go. Alamosa needing points in a hurry. Trailing by 10 with their season on the line. There's Tolley going cross court to Trujillo. Can't get off a shot. We're down to 104. Now it is Nye dribbling out front. Nearly lost control of it. Here comes to Trujillo. Puts up a 3. Air ball. And out of bounds. It will be Brush ball with 55 seconds. Inbound to Wolliver. Lob pass up ahead midcourt to Mariah Brown. Alamosa figured would probably try to foul in this situation. Down to 43 seconds. Brush can just hold on to the ball, but instead they shoot, and it's a 3 for Waylard. They didn't need to shoot, but it worked out okay. So Waylard hits it. 54-41. Brush probably with the icing on the cake right there. We're under 30 seconds. Coming to the other end, Alamosa with Manzanares. Left side, here's a jump shot for Tolley, missing for 3. The ball goes out of bounds. Back to Brush with 17.9 seconds. We're all but finished here in Lamar. Inbound to Wolliver. She'll cross midcourt. As we go under 10 seconds. The number 20 seed Lady Beat Diggers are going to win this ball game as the ball knocked out of bounds with 4.4 seconds. They'll knock off the number 13 seed Alamosa here in Lamar. Inbounds to Wolliver, and she'll just dribble it out. Final score from the Lamar Community Building. The Brush Lady Beat Diggers, 54. The Alamosa Lady Mean Moose, 41. An impressive victory for the Brush Lady Beet Diggers, who pick up their 15th victory of the season. They are 15-8. Alamosa concludes their season at 12-10. Nice win for Brush. And they will play tomorrow at 1 p.m. against either Lamar or Sheridan. I think most folks would figure Lamar, but the game still has to be played first. That's our next ball game here at the Lamar Community Building. Let's go ahead and begin post-game coverage. The Beet Digger post-game show is brought to you by Buildings by Design. Knowing who you can trust to do a good job is the tough part nowadays, but when you hire Buildings by Design, you can trust you'll get the building you want, when you want it, and at the quality you deserve. Start your building project right. Start with Buildings by Design. Brush wins it 54-41 over Alamosa. They really took control of things in the third quarter, outscoring Alamosa 22-9, and that 13-point advantage they were able to maintain the rest of the game, each team scoring 12 points in the fourth quarter of play. Let's go ahead and tally up the scoring totals in this ball game. First for the winning Brush Lady Beet Diggers, 12 points for Shelby Williver, 9 of those in the first half, 3 for Tamara Schreiner. That big three at the end of the first half tied the game and gave Brush a little bit of momentum that they lost at the end of the first half. Emma Mortensen ends up with 7 points. Also, 10 points for Melissa Whalert. And Kristen Berg with 20 to lead the way for Brush. That was the scoring for the Lady Beet Diggers. For Alamosa, 8 points for Brooke Trujillo, 2 for Emily Sowards, 6 for Marissa Manzanares. Also 8 points for Nicole Broyles, 7 for Taylor Hackett, and 10 for Lisi Tolley. That was the scoring for Alamosa. Brush led 11-3 after 1, had a 10-point lead in the second quarter, surrendered a 13-0 Alamosa run, but then tied the game 20-20 at the half. Then Brush started to figure things out midway through the third quarter. After falling behind by 2, they took control, led 42-29 after 3 quarters, and made that lead stand as the fourth quarter went on. And it's the final score of Brush 54, Alamosa 41. That's going to do it here for action here at the Lamar Community Building on 1010 KSIR Brush. I want to send a special thanks to Michaela Klimper back in the studios at KSIR for running the board for us, making sure everything sounds as good as possible. Now we'll say so long. Probably we'll see you again tomorrow. So if Lamar wins, we'll carry a simulcast of games on AM 920 KLMR down here in the Lamar area, as well as back in Brush and Fort Morgan on 1010 KSIR. So very likely you'll hear me again tomorrow as the Brush Lady Beet Diggers taking care of business. They beat Alamosa 54-41 and advance to the Sweet 16 of Class 3A girls basketball in the state of Colorado. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good rest of your evening.